winter of 1944. Sergeant Kruger and his squad approached the isolated Nazi research facility hidden deep in the mountains. The sky above was black, heavy clouds moving like the shadow of something alive. The snow crunched under their boots, yet the air was strangely silent. A strange signal had been intercepted days earlier. A coded transmission with only one chilling phrase: "The Black Sun awakens." Kruger felt a cold dread crawling up his spine. No one spoke. No one wanted to break the silence. The squad entered the outer perimeter. Rusting trucks, empty ammo crates, and scattered uniforms littered the snow. No footprints, no signs of struggle. It was as if everyone had vanished in an instant. Private Weiss knelt by a broken helmet. "It's too clean. No blood, no bodies." Kruger shook his head. Something wasn't right. The facility wasn't just abandoned. It was waiting. The main entrance loomed ahead. Massive steel doors covered with ancient runes and strange occult markings. The squad stepped closer. Low humming vibrated through the metal, almost like the building itself was alive. Corporal McHale whispered, "Sir, these symbols, they're not human." Kruger nodded. His instincts screamed. Whatever was inside was not meant to be disturbed. Flashlights cut through the darkness. Corridors stretched endlessly. Walls scarred with unknown machinery and faint, flickering lights. Shadows twisted along the walls, dancing in ways that shouldn't be possible. A low, mechanical hum mixed with something almost alive. Private Schmidt froze. "Sir, I think it's watching us." Kruger tightened his grip on his rifle. The air was thick, heavy, like the facility was breathing. Finally, they entered the central chamber. At its heart, a massive device glowing with dark energy. A black sphere hung suspended, veins of light crawling like molten blood. The hum turned into a low roar, vibrating in their chests. Kruger realized the horrifying truth. This was no ordinary experiment. The Black Sun Project had been awakened, and whatever it was hungry. Kruger led the squad deeper into the facility. The corridors twisted unnaturally, as if the building itself shifted around them. A low hum echoed off the walls, each pulse vibrating through their bones. Private Weiss shivered. "Sir, these walls, they feel alive." Kruger didn't answer. He just kept moving, every sense screaming danger. Something was watching them, calculating their next move. They entered a lab. Equipment was smashed. Papers burned. Chemical vials shattered. A faint smell of burnt metal and blood lingered in the air. Private Schmidt picked up a torn notebook. It contained diagrams of human anatomy, interlaced with strange symbols and equations. Kruger's eyes widened. The experiments weren't just scientific, they were inhuman. Suddenly, a shadow flickered at the far end of the corridor. Everyone froze. No human should have been moving inside an abandoned facility. The shadow lingered, then vanished. Private McCall whispered, Did it just disappear?" Kruger's hand tightened on his rifle. The Black Sun Project wasn't just a machine. Something else had been released. The squad reached a large chamber. Cables snaked from the floor and walls, all feeding into the pulsing Black Sun device. The air was hotter here. Their flashlights flickered against the walls, revealing strange, twisted shapes, remnants of failed experiments. A distant whispering echoed, unintelligible, but filled with malice. "Sir, do you hear that?" Kruger nodded grimly. "Yes, it's calling us." The black sun glowed brighter, shadows crawling up the walls like living things. A sudden pulse of energy knocked the squad off their feet. Kruger struggled to stand. The hum became a roar. The very floor vibrated with unnatural power. He knew they had crossed the threshold. The experiments had awakened, and the black sun wasn't finished yet. The squad stepped into the laboratory, their boots crunching over shattered glass and broken equipment. Cages lined the walls, some overturned, others eerily empty. Shadows moved within the darkness, shapes that were not human, yet once had been. Private Weiss whispered, "Sir, I think they're alive, but not normal." Kruger raised his rifle, every instinct screaming. They had awakened something that should have stayed buried. The operating tables were coated in rusted blood. Symbols, etched in deep grooves, glowed faintly under their flashlights. These markings pulsed with energy, almost breathing in rhythm with the black sun. Private Schmidt gagged. "Sir, this is sick. What did they do here?" Kruger's jaw tightened. The experiments weren't just scientific, they were blasphemous. Suddenly, a figure crawled along the wall. A humanoid, limbs contorted unnaturally, eyes glowing like embers. It hissed softly, a sound that chilled their bones. Private Mikhail fired, but the shot passed through it like smoke. Kruger realized the terrifying truth. These weren't corpses. They were something else, made by the black sun. The squad entered the central pod chamber. Inside, bodies writhed as if alive, veins of black energy pulsing through them. The cables feeding into the black sun were not just powering it, they were feeding on life itself. Private Weiss backed away slowly. "They're still conscious." Kruger's hands shook. They had stumbled into a living nightmare. The black sun erupted in energy, throwing the squad to the ground. Shadows emerged from the darkness. The twisted, awakened experiments. Kruger shouted, "Form up! We move together or we die." But the experiments were fast, intelligent, and hungry. The facility was alive, and the black sun had just begun to show its true power. The squad stumbled through a corridor where the very walls seemed to crack and pulse with dark energy. Lights flickered, casting twisted, dancing shadows across the floor. Private Schmidt whispered, "Sir, it's like the building itself is alive." Kruger gritted his teeth. "It's not the building, it's the black sun. It's expanding its reach." Every step forward was heavier, the air thick with fear and unnatural heat. Slithered, contorted humanoids, remnants of failed experiments. No sound, no warning. They simply followed, eyes glowing red in the dim light. Private Mikhail froze. "They're watching us, waiting for us to panic." Kruger barked orders. "Keep moving. Do not stop for anything." The creatures mimicked human movements perfectly, but their intentions were deadly. They entered the main control room. Consoles were shattered, screens flickering with static and arcane symbols. Warning lights blinked erratically. The black sun's hum grew louder, almost a roar now. Private Weiss scanned the consoles. The containment. It's failing. Whatever was trapped here, it's breaking free. Kruger knew that every second they stayed, the facility was learning, adapting, and preparing to strike. Suddenly, pipes along the ceiling burst, black energy leaking like molten shadows. The floor glowed with a sickly light. Creatures emerged from the darkness, their forms more grotesque than ever. Private Schmidt fired, but bullets barely slowed them. Kruger's mind raced. They were not fighting a machine or soldiers anymore. They were fighting the very essence of the black sun itself. The squad reached the central chamber. The black sun pulsed violently, veins of energy tearing through the room. The experiments screamed, writhing as if the building itself had become a living predator. Kruger shouted, "Grab anything we can and retreat, now!" As they ran, the shadows lunged, the pulsing energy threatening to consume everything. The black sun had awakened fully, and it would not stop for anyone. The squad navigated the labyrinthine corridors, now fully consumed by the black sun's energy. Veins of dark light traced the walls, pulsating in rhythm with a low, ominous hum. Private Weiss whispered, "Sir, it's like these corridors are alive, changing." Kruger's gut twisted. "Yes, the facility is trying to trap us. Stay close. Don't stop moving." From above, twisted figures dropped silently, their elongated limbs stretching unnaturally. Private Mikhail froze, eyes wide in terror. They're waiting for us to fall." Kruger barked. "Fire only when they're close. Keep moving." Every step was a fight against the creeping darkness, every corner hiding new horrors. Sparks flew from shattered consoles, electricity arcing across pools of black liquid. The black sun's hum became a deafening roar. Private Schmidt shouted, "The containment is gone. It's not just a lab anymore." Kruger's mind raced. They were not escaping a facility. They were navigating a living nightmare. Passing a row of cages, they glimpsed twisted figures, experiments screaming silently, shadows bending unnaturally around them. The air shimmered with dark energy, bending light, sound, and even time. Private Weiss staggered. They're aware of us, looking at us, feeling us. Kruger swallowed his fear. This is what the black sun does. It consumes everything. We cannot stop it. We can only survive. The squad reached a long corridor, their only way out. Black energy pulsed violently, shadows lunging from every direction. Kruger shouted, "Run! Don't look back! Everyone stay together!" As they sprinted, the black sun's roar echoed, a promise that its reach extended far beyond the facility. The squad barely made it through the corridor, but the nightmare had only begun. The squad pressed forward. Corridors around them seemed to collapse and reform with every step, black energy surging like living veins. Private Mikhail whispered, "Sir, it's like the building itself is breathing, watching us." Kruger's jaw tightened. "Yes, and it's learning. Every move we make, it adapts." They advanced slowly, rifles ready, nerves frayed but determination burning. Shadows began coalescing into grotesque humanoid forms. They moved unnaturally, limbs twisting, eyes glowing red. Private Schmidt fired, but the bullets passed through them like smoke. Kruger shouted, "They're not real, but they are. Keep moving." Every shadow lunging threatened to swallow them whole. They entered a chamber where failed experiments clawed at one another, writhing in agony, veins glowing with black energy. Private Weiss gagged. "They're alive, but not human." Kruger's eyes narrowed. "They're the product of the black sun, and it's feeding them, making them stronger." Every second wasted here was dangerous beyond belief. The squad ducked behind overturned machinery as shadows lunged from every corner. Kruger fired strategically, shouting orders. "Hold your line. Don't let them separate us." Private Mikhail screamed as a shadow lunged, barely dodging. Kruger realized. The black sun had weaponized the very shadows of fear themselves. They reached the central chamber again, the black sun glowing violently. Reality bent around them. Walls stretched, shadows twisted, light warped. Kruger shouted, "This is it. We either destroy it or die trying." The squad readied explosives and weapons, knowing the facility's horrors were about to reach their peak. The black sun had awakened fully, and it would not let them. Kruger led the squad into the heart of the facility. The central chamber was massive, dark energy swirling violently around the black sun device. Private Weiss whispered, This is bigger than anything we imagined." Kruger's eyes narrowed. "It's the source. Destroy it, and we might survive. Fail, and nothing will stop it." The hum was deafening, vibrating through their bones as shadows writhed around the edges of the room. From the shadows, twisted humanoids emerged. Their veins glowed with the same black energy, eyes burning like coals. Private Schmidt fired, but more kept coming, seemingly endless. Kruger barked, "Hold the line! Focus on the source, not them." The squad realized they were not just fighting creatures, they were fighting the black sun itself. The control panels sparked violently, arcs of energy dancing across the room. The black sun pulsed faster, black energy waves rippling outward. Private McHale yelled, It's going to break containment." Kruger gritted his teeth. "Then we break it first." Every second was critical. Every move miscalculated could mean total annihilation. They set explosives around the black sun device, hearts pounding. Shadows lunged from every direction, but Kruger's squad fought relentlessly, bullets and grenades tearing through the darkness. Private Weiss screamed as a shadow nearly grabbed him. "Sir, it's endless." Kruger growled, "It ends here now." The squad pushed forward, determination fueled by desperation. The black sun erupted in violent energy, filling the chamber with blinding light and shadowy tendrils. Kruger shouted, "Run, now!" The squad sprinted through collapsing corridors, dodging energy waves and shadow attacks. Behind them, the facility screamed in fury, black energy consuming everything. The black sun had been struck, but its curse might not be over. The squad ran through corridors warped by the black sun's pulse, walls bent unnaturally, shadows crawling along the floor and ceiling. Private Weiss gasped, "Sir, it's like the building itself wants us dead." Kruger tightened his grip on his rifle. "No hesitation. Stay together. Keep moving. Every second counts." Shadow tendrils shot out from the walls, reaching for the squad. Private Schmidt barely dodged one, feeling the black energy brush past him like ice. Kruger shouted, "Keep moving. Do not fight them directly." The shadows seemed intelligent, anticipating their every step. The black sun's power extended beyond the chamber. It was hunting them. Floors collapsed beneath them, revealing chasms of swirling black energy. Sparks flew from ruptured energy veins, illuminating the horrors below. Private Mikhail whispered, "Sir, if we fall, there's no coming back." Kruger didn't respond. He simply guided them forward, every eye fixed on the exit that seemed impossibly distant. From gaps in the walls, twisted humanoid figures emerged, blocking their path. Their movements were jerky, unnatural, yet frighteningly fast. Private Weiss fired desperately. "They just keep coming." Kruger growled. "Then we make our own path, overpower or outrun, whatever it takes." Finally, a faint glow appeared at the end of the corridor. The exit. The squad sprinted toward it, dodging energy blasts and lunging shadows. The facility behind them roared in fury, walls collapsing, black energy consuming everything. As they pushed through the door, they felt the cold night air hit their faces. Free, but shaken. The black sun was defeated, for now, but its darkness lingered, whispering promises of return. Outside, the cold night air hit their faces. Snow covered the ruined facility behind them. Private Weiss shivered. Is it over?" Kruger shook his head. "Not completely. Something remained inside. The black sun's energy. It doesn't die." Faint shadows flickered at the edge of the trees, moving with a will of their own. The squad gathered remnants of the facility, charred notebooks, broken devices, and blackened artifacts. Private Schmidt held up a small shard pulsing with faint black light. What is this?" Kruger frowned. "It's a piece of the experiment. The curse. We can't destroy it fully. Even in the snow, The artifact seemed to radiate darkness. The mountains where the facility had been seemed quiet, yet a faint black glow pulsed along the horizon. Private Mikhail swallowed hard. "Sir, is it spreading?" Kruger's face hardened. "The Black Sun is not just a machine. It's a force, and forces like this don't stay contained for long." The squad set up a temporary camp. They tried to rest, but every shadow in the darkness seemed alive. Private Weiss muttered, "I can still hear whispers, like it's calling us." Kruger clenched his fists. "We survived the facility, but the Black Sun's curse, it follows. And one day it will rise again." The moon illuminated the snowy landscape. From the distance, a shadow moved with purpose. Slow, deliberate, unseen by the squad. Kruger looked up, sensing the danger. They think it's over, but it never truly ends. The curse of the Black Sun remained, whispering promises of darkness to come. Kruger and his squad returned to the ruins of the facility, compelled by reports of strange activity. The moonlight revealed shadows moving unnaturally across the snow. Private Weiss whispered, "Sir, it's alive again." Kruger's jaw tightened. "Yes, the Black Sun never truly dies. Tonight we finish this, or die trying." The core of the Black Sun pulsed violently, tendrils of black energy reaching outward like living appendages. The squad fired, grenades exploding, but the energy absorbed the attacks, growing stronger. Private Schmidt shouted, "It's feeding off us. We need to strike the core directly." Kruger nodded grimly. "This is it. Every ounce of strength we have." Experiments emerged, faster and more grotesque than ever. They lunged at the squad, shrieking and writhing, their veins glowing black. Private Mikhail screamed, "They're endless. We can't hold them off." Kruger shouted, "Focus on the core. Nothing else matters." Every second was a battle for survival. Every move a fight against utter horror. The squad planted explosives on the Black Sun device, hearts pounding, sweat and fear mixing. Shadows lunged from every corner, tendrils of dark energy whipping through the air. Private Weiss yelled, "Sir, it's reaching." Kruger cut him off. "Now!" They detonated the explosives, the blast ripping through the chamber with a blinding flash of light. The facility exploded, black energy dispersing in chaotic waves. The squad ran into the snowy night, exhausted, scarred, but alive. Kruger looked back as the ruins burned. The Black Sun is gone, for now, but darkness always finds a way back. Shadows flickered faintly across the snow, a chilling reminder that some horrors never truly die.